Hello, it is Red&J, and we are back with Authentic as Fuck. It has been a minute. It's been a minute. We've been gone. We've been busy doing life, just like everyone else. But Red had a dream that we needed to get back to this. Little different setting. We used to sit in the living room on the couch. Now we are sitting at the counter where, I don't know about you guys, but like I have a lot of conversations standing around the kitchen, drinking our Starbucks. But yeah, so we're back. Happy Friday. Hope you all had a great week. And we're just going to get into it. So we contemplated some topics to discuss today, and we both agreed that it being June and being Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, that it would be a good topic to discuss.
Absolutely.
And just, see what you guys think about it. So we're just going to start with a few stats that are honestly quite shocking. So there's some that are specific to Canada and some that are US, some that are just in general. So I'm just gonna start with these. 75% of suicide deaths in Canada are men. 75%. It's even higher in the States, 80%. 64% of men surveyed reported moderate to high stress levels. 2/3 of men have never used mental health services. And this one is really kind of shocking to me because we talk about our mental health often.
Yeah.
40%, almost half of men have never spoken to anyone about their mental health.
So let's just kind of dig into little bits of that as we go, but I feel, and we've kind of discussed this a little bit before, but men, for the most part, not all, but some, grew up thinking that they weren't supposed to be expressive or emotional because it makes them seem weak. So I think right away that puts a pressure on men to perform, so to speak. And that added with that pressure to feel like they have to provide. Like it kind of, even though, we've come a long way in the terms of women are doing their thing too and juggling the kids and doing all that, but they still feel that the pressure to provide. Right. And I think that's a huge part of men's mental health.
Absolutely. It's like the whole suck it up mentality. Toughen up. Like, just do what you got to do. Don't think about things. Like, you'll just get through it. Don't talk about it. Just do it. And definitely, like, that's how my father was. That's how, most of the men that have been in my life have been. Friends, like brothers. No one talks about it. And it's very rare to see a man actually express how he's feeling.
Yes.
Which it's so sad, honestly, because I can't imagine feeling all of these things and going through all of the stress of, like providing for your family, all the stresses at work, and like you're just expected to not ever talk about it like that.
The economy, what they have to go through to make sure that they're paying the bills, and then maybe not knowing how to, and this is like a not for every man, because as we know with every situation, there's going to be some men that are very emotionally inept and able to do that, but a lot, as we know from the stats, they're not. So it's not easy for them to, say, go home to, let's say, maybe their wife or whatever, and be like, man, I'm just depressed. Like, I'm just feeling it. And I don't know even how to communicate that to you, or maybe even what it is, but I'm just down. And I feel like then they suffer in silence, and then they get themselves into a deep, dark hole.
Oh, absolutely.
And when you, sometimes, and again, some men can have bros that they can do that with because they feel they're able, but a lot of men are like, No, they're gonna think I'm lame, or you know, that I'm being weak or whatever because I'm struggling.
Yeah.
It causes them to stay silent.
Oh, absolutely. And like a lot of times I feel like they'll resort to other ways of like distracting themselves, or you know, they work constantly just to stay busy and not think about things, or some might, you know, go drinking, or like, you know, go to like drugs and alcohol,
Right.
or just something that like
To distract their
to
mind
distract,
from
like
reality.
to not think about it. And I feel like, I mean, this is all just, obviously we're not men, we don't know, but like we've lived lives and we've dealt with men, and we've supported men throughout our lives. And I'm very open to like men's emotions and embracing them. And I think it's hard for a lot of men to open up because they've had possibly like a bad experience of a time where they maybe expressed their emotions and it was not greeted with like the reaction that would have been beneficial for them to continue opening up. I feel like a lot of times when someone expresses emotions about something they're stressed about or feeling a certain way, a lot of people tend to get really defensive, like specifically in like romantic relationships. Often partners will take it as like an attack on them, like, oh, well, did I do something wrong? Or, you know, that kind of defensive mechanism that people have. It's like, oh, well, you're feeling this way, like I must have done something wrong. Or so I think it's hard, especially if you've had a negative experience of a time where you've opened up and it wasn't greeted the way that you...
Well, you hear that a lot with men too. They're like, it took me a lot to open up and say this or this or whatever, and it was thrown back in my face.
Yeah.
Or you hear from men a lot that I just want to go home and I want to be able to leave those stresses, the work issues, the financials or whatever. I want to be able to leave it, but if my wife's on me, or you know what I mean, if I come home and it's just like conflict, even if it's not about those topics, it just makes it worse.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think sometimes, not always, because like you and I are like, we want to be accommodating, we want to be able to help, but there are personality types out there like come on, like rent's due or mortgage or whatever, like get to it.
Yeah.
And that's feeling that sense of stress from even your own person.
Yeah.
It's gotta be hard.
Oh yeah, and like I wanted to touch on specifically our role as women in helping the men in our lives be able to open up and speak on their mental health or their emotions or how they're feeling. And you said help or hinder. I feel like we either help or hinder the men in our lives from being able to do that. And like you just said, yeah, well, rent's due, blah, 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 blah. Or I feel like a lot of times women will be like, oh, well, that's nice, but like, this is what I'm dealing with.
Right.
And you know, it's just because someone is struggling with something, and so are you, different things, it doesn't make their struggle any less valid than your own struggle. And like everyone's struggle is valid. It's kind of like the whole first world problems. Like, yeah, these are our first world problems, but that's still, like, it still affects us. As, yeah, of course, it's not as bad as, you know, like someone in a third world country going through what they're going through in terms of like all reality, like the big picture. But it is the struggle that we face, and it doesn't make it any less valid of a struggle.
Right.
So I feel like we all need to learn how to listen without taking things personally.
Yeah, and maybe sometimes that's, you kind of hit you hit it when you said listen. Because I will even say myself at times, I want to, even if it's not negative, like even if I want to be supportive, I want to, oh, like, this is that, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, it's going to be okay. Sometimes they don't want that. They just want you to listen.
Yeah.
And, support and be like, it's going to be okay, baby. And I have to learn that too, that sometimes less is more.
Exactly. But that all comes down to communication.
Yes.
And I think that if you've never done any kind of like therapy, and I went through couples therapy for 18 months. And while I'm not in the relationship I was in at the time, it did teach me a lot about communicating more effectively with a partner and being able to make sure that your intention isn't taken the wrong way.
Right.
And so I think like when someone's coming to you with a stress or something that they need to talk about, you can ask them, do you want me to help you solve a problem, or do you just want me to listen? Like, is it just support and like, you just need to vent, or like, are you wanting me to help you try and figure this out?
Yes.
And I think it's important to know like what the person needs before, interacting with them. Like you said, I'm here for you. Say what you gotta say. Like sometimes just voicing something can be such a relief.
And I'll even say to the other extent though, sometimes you can know your partner enough, because men are silent, but you can kind of look into the situation and be like, okay, now I have to be like, okay, I gotta put a little bit of aggressiveness in there in a loving way, because you're probably struggling with something. You're not telling me you're struggling with something, but maybe you're slacking a bit, or maybe you're feeling away and you're getting yourself in a rut or whatever. We've all been there, right? Like, but sometimes you need that person to be like, I know I appreciate it when I go through those things. It's like, what are you doing? Like, get your shit together.
Yeah.
Enough
just
of this.
Just that reminder.
Yes. Like, it's not negative towards the person or to put them down, but it's like, okay, you might not want to tell me. I might say 15 times, are you okay? Are you good? Whatever. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just, I'm just dealing, but I'm good. But at a certain point, you can be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You don't push people that you don't care about.
No.
Like when you know someone well enough, you know when they're not at their best.
Right.
And sometimes when they need that push and that encouragement to like get back to it. We do it for each other all the time with our shit.
For
like
sure.
June challenge. Hello.
Yeah.
We're like,
okay,
let's do this. New
month. Let's fucking go.
I don't know. There's something about June 1st falling on a Monday.
Yeah.
New month, new week. Like, come on. We have been just kind of like going like this.
And we're like, okay, cut the shit.
Cut the shit. Go. Like, it's fucking
Enough's
go time.
Enough. And we both, no one's offended. We're like, yeah, you're right. Let's focus.
Like, you are better than this.
Yep.
And it's only because, like, if you've ever expressed that you want more for yourself and you're like in that rut, I want more for you too, because I care about you. So like, come on, let's fucking do this. And that's a good partnership.
Yeah.
When it's never 50-50.
No.
Like a good relationship is never 50-50. I mean, it might come close.
Yeah.
But like, there's times where like you're at 70% and I'm at 30. I'm struggling, but you're picking up the slack. And then there's other times where it goes the other way.
Yeah.
But that's a good relationship. It can't be like one-sided
can't be like
forever,
this,
though.
always.
No,
right.
It has to. Yeah.
This.
We got to balance a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's important to push when it's needed, but it's important to also give grace.
But in an inspiring way,
exactly.
Motivational way, like so that, and I know, and you see it with men too. I feel like men do need that. They want to hear, oh, okay, my person believes in me, my person, whatever. That gives me confidence. That gives me, so it's not in a way of like, come on, man, let's go. It's like, baby, I know you can do this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, 100%.
Yeah.
They're like, and that's what I mean behind the intention versus the way it's interpreted. but it all comes back to communication.
Definitely.
So I think anyone who's struggling in a relationship to express themselves, whether it be the man or the woman, honestly, I recommend therapy. Like, I really, really, really do. And if nothing else, it's to give yourself more tools.
Yeah.
To give yourself more tools to be able to manage a relationship, because any good relationship doesn't just come naturally. Like, sure, there's like the chemistry and all the good stuff in the beginning, but good relationships take a lot of work. Like,
Definitely.
it's not just...
Definitely. You could be each other's people. It doesn't mean it's smooth sailing.
No,
You
exactly.
know, it's work, it's intention,
It's a lot.
Definitely,
It's
but
a
it's
lot.
worth it. The right people is worth it.
Oh, for sure. And that's the thing. Like, the people you love are going to hurt you at some point in your life. But you need to find the people that it's worth suffering for, and it's worth being hurt.
Right.
And it's not, I'm not saying it's like they're intentionally going to hurt you, but at some point, something is going to happen. There's going to be events that you go through. You react a certain way that, like, it hurts. Like, you have arguments, you have fights. You're not going to get along with people all the time.
No.
So I think it's figuring out how to communicate in a way that is respectful as much as possible and allows the other person to feel safe to express.
And as a couple or friendship or whatever, not just relationships, but like, what is the lesson? What do we take from these situations, and what's the lesson? How do we grow through it? Because that's the beauty of anything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, if there's no growth, then there's nothing. But if you can take yourself out of the equation, look back on it and say, okay, we grow, we worked on this, we changed for the better.
Absolutely.
Then sometimes, even though it might be hard, it's worth it.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
And I think that's it too. Like, people make mistakes, but you need to be able to learn from the mistake. Because you make a mistake and you apologize to me and say, you know, Jenna, I'm sorry I made this mistake. But if you keep repeating the same mistake,
Pattern,
it's a pattern. It's not a mistake at this point. Like, it's a choice, and you are choosing to keep repeating that same mistake. And at that point, that's like when I have a boundary. It's like, okay, this mistake can't keep happening.
And that's a good point. Now that you're saying that just made me think, a lot of times it is where we are in life that will determine where our mental is. Not sometimes it's just a matter of like work issues, financial issues, which are huge. They're huge stressors. But also, where am I at in life? What is my character? How am I moving? Because if I'm causing myself things in the moment, not thinking about it, that could be very, very stressful and detrimental. And I'm the cause. Like, I could live a very peaceful life or whatever if I just, like, if I'm disciplined, like how we're disciplined, we do this, we do that, we do that. I don't know, I'm pretty peaceful. Like, I'm feeling pretty good.
We're feeling we're zen in here.
I mean, we have, like, you know, everything in life.
There's
The
life
economy,
stress.
financial,
Absolutely.
everything. We have kids to raise, but what I'm saying is we don't go out of our way to cause ourselves more stress by getting in this situation.
Exactly. Yeah.
And some people, I think they're in predicaments out there and they are depressed because of how they're moving.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what is the life that you're trying to have?
Yeah.
And are your actions showing that life? Like, the actions that you're choosing, is that the actions that someone living that life would be choosing?
Right.
Like, because if it's not, then like, you shouldn't be doing it. You're never going to have the life that you want if you keep making the same moves. Like, change requires change. So
I do think, like, a lot from what I kind of hear from men that do speak out on it is just they do feel, I think a lot of times men feel underappreciated, and not just in the sense of the pressure from the responsibilities, but, you know, you hear men too sometimes like, okay, and I've heard it, shout out Marlon if he ever sees this, but I remember him saying once, like, you know, if you're out in the dating world, okay, I understand, like, the old-fashioned way is, like, you know, you treat a woman, you know, to dinner, whatever. It doesn't have to be 100% the man all the time.
Yeah.
But if you're out there in the dating world and you're trying to find someone that's a fit, and you're just doing like dinners or coffees or whatever, but why does it always have to be the man? You know what I mean? Because it might not ever work out.
Absolutely.
And you know how expensive that could get for someone if they're just doing that all the time. But again, every woman is different too, but in this day and age, there's a lot more women that are like, oh, you want to go on a date with me? Well, you doing my nails? You gonna do my hair? Now I'm dating you. Well, you gonna like pay my rent? Like craziness, right? Like
That's wild.
that's pressure too. Because then you, as a man, I would only assume you are thinking like, I think this is part of the cycle.
Yeah.
You're thinking like, am I gonna get a quality woman, or is she just here because she wants me to pay her shit? Then the man's gonna see it, get sick of it, and then he's gonna turn into a dog. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna, okay, screw this.
All these girls are all the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump here, because what's the point? And then the women see that the men are doing that, and then they're gonna keep like, well, F them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get what I can out of this man.
Right.
And it's dysfunction. We've
oh.
lost like old school love, and you know what I mean? It's a bad situation.
It's a very different world that we're living in compared to when we were growing up
Yeah.
or like, you know, our parents or anything like that. And it does suck because the good women and the good men, they've had bad experiences and they don't want to put themselves out there. Like I can speak on myself. I've been single now for 3 years, just over 3 years, and it's scary. Like it's scary because what are people's true intentions?
I can't imagine.
I don't know.
I feel for you.
I don't know. Like,
I just can't imagine.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm a very independent woman. I make my own money. I take care of myself. I pay my own bills. If I'm meeting someone, if it's like a mutual, hey, we should meet, I'm going Dutch.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going Dutch. I don't expect people to pay for me. Like, if I want to go out to dinner, I'm expecting to pay for my own dinner.
Exactly, me too. But if like
if someone is like, no, I got this. Trust, like it's fine.
Yes.
Like I will always offer to pay for my own dinner though.
And that's I think that's the proper way. And then they insist, well then hey, let them be the gentleman and do that.
Yeah.
But like at least you put it out there that hey, I'm not expecting
Like
anything
no,
from
I'm
you.
never like
Yeah.
my intention is truly to get to know someone. Like I don't go on dates because I'm not looking for that. Like unless I truly want to get to know you.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I don't know.
I just think that element adds to the stress of life
it absolutely
too, right?
does.
I can't imagine like, especially how it is in the world today, like having to maneuver through that and knowing whose intentions are real, whose are pure, who's just playing around. Because you will have some people that will be honest from the jump and be like, okay, this is where I'm at. But then you have a lot of liars.
Yeah, a lot of people that will say whatever they need to get what they want.
Right.
And that's the unfortunate part because I am like so open and upfront with my intentions.
Yeah.
That it's like as a 40-year-old woman, I have no reason to lie about anything in my life. Like at this point in my life, it's like I don't want to hide parts of myself to try and impress someone because if I'm gonna like be with someone, it's gonna be because I want to be, not because I need to be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so like if I'm choosing to spend my time with you, it's because I truly like want to get to know you and I want you to know me on a real level. I don't want to pretend to be someone that I'm not. But I did want to go back to the part that you touched on about my brain. Okay, where did this conversation start about like how we got into the dating world? Where did you start with that? Oh, okay, sorry. It came back. Men being underappreciated.
Right.
Okay, so I wanted to go back to that point and specifically on what's that message? Oh goodness, Nikki's got a TikTok live going at the same time. Yeah, I wanted to go back to men being underappreciated. And I will say, as a gym person, I specifically will notice someone in the gym for months and months and months, and if I see progress in them, like I see how hard they're working, I see they've changed their body, they're looking more jacked or whatever is happening. Sometimes I go up to them and I'm like, hey, I just wanted to say, like, you know, that lift was crazy, or I've seen you over the last few months, like you're doing really good, you're looking really like jacked or whatever, right? I'll compliment a person, or I see someone who's running their own business, who's working really hard and they're being really successful. I'll say, hey, like really good job, you're looking great, whatever, like I'll compliment them.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they say, wow, I don't hear that. I don't ever hear that, or I hear it very rarely. So thank you. They're so appreciative because no one says it.
It's a very selfish world nowadays, and people don't like to give even compliments a lot.
No.
And I'll say this when you touched about the gym. Not all men or women, but a lot of us, like, not that we have mental health problems, but it really helps de-stress us. And I know a lot of male friends, or maybe you can attest to this, but they'll admit, like, yeah, I kind of struggle sometimes, and the gym really, really helps me.
The gym, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well,
so they might not speak. They might not go to their bros or whatever. They go to the gym and lift to try to, like, excel that.
Oh, for sure. Like exercise and healthy food are the two, and fresh air, sunlight, fresh air, like literally the things that are free. Well, not food, but exercise, you know, fresh air are probably the most beneficial antidepressants that we have. And when people are like super depressed and they go to the gym, that gives them relief. It's like, hello. But it's just so hard for people sometimes to like get in that mode when they're depressed. But I feel like once you start and you get into it and you start to feel better, that's when it becomes like life.
Yeah.
Like, and the gym got me through some fucked up shit.
Yeah, me too, for sure. Like, I'm so thankful because it really does.
Yeah.
It's a really good release, and it really, I just think, like, we probably would be maybe like some people sometimes that don't know, if they don't have that outlet, that might be in bed a lot more, or might not do a lot because they don't know how to channel those feelings or that stress.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you do see so many men in the gym.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. But yeah, so I don't know, like, what do you guys think? I want to hear some of your thoughts on men's mental health, and like specifically from the men. What do you guys struggle with the most with expressing your feelings or your emotions? Like, did you have a bad experience? Do people make you feel bad about feeling away? Like what is it? I'm curious of why you feel like you can't express.
If you can't even express that,
Right.
right? Like, the thing is, I want men to get to a place where they feel like they can and not care about what people think. And they can, a big thing is vulnerability.
Absolutely.
A lot of times I feel like it's generational curses. You are raised sometimes like, you're not allowed to cry. You're not allowed to say, I had a bad day, or whine. Like, you're a boy, stop it. Like, and then they learn to bottle it up. And I just want men, as I'm trying with my sons, like, cry.
Yeah.
Who cares what anyone thinks? If you feel sad or you feel it releases. Like, you have chemicals in your tears that help reduce your stress. Get that out. You'll feel so much better. You know what I mean? Like, speak to someone that you know is gonna be, like, you know, usually a woman that has softness to them. You can go to them and you can get advice, and they're not gonna make you feel away, and they're not gonna throw it in your face later. That's what I wish men had more of that. Yeah,
I do too. Like, honestly, and that's why I say, like, You know, if you've never done any kind of therapy or spoken with like a therapist or a counselor or anything like that, I can't recommend it enough. And I know that it's usually very expensive to do. But there are some free services, like specifically where we live, there are some free services for people who don't have benefits, you know, who have low income, or they will price it based on your income level. So there are resources. It's just a matter of finding them, seeking them out.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, if there's support groups, like, where men go. Like, I don't know enough about it, honestly, but I do really feel it's an important thing in our society, especially like in these times, for men to be able to, you know, work on their mental health more, because the world, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the world is just getting more and more stressful. Life is getting more and more expensive. Like, there are so many things to worry about in a day now, just to keep up with everything. Like, the mental load it's insane.
And I think men should like look into themselves more. Not be totally like you can't be totally selfish, because there's people in your life or whatever you have to, you know, give and take, all that stuff. But yeah, journal. Like, slow down, take into yourself, find things that, whatever it is for you, journaling, walking, fishing, like, and be a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
And like do things that feed your soul, because, you know, then you have like the rest of the world. And it's a very selfish world these days. People expect from you, but like, how much do you really, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
How much do you really get back? Your day one, certain people, you will, but on a bigger scale, people just expect from you your energy, your funds, your resources, and you don't see them again until they need you again.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also important to be able to say no. To learn how to say no. Boundaries. And I think like a lot of people have a hard time setting boundaries because they're afraid that it's going to push people away. But boundaries...
Then they're not supposed to...
No, exactly.
They're not supposed to be... I think you get to a point in life when you're like, these people aren't supposed to be here anyways. And
yeah. Boundaries are actually so that you can keep people in your life.
Yes.
Because the people that care about you will respect you. Like, there's lots of times where, you know, my schedule is crazy busy and I'm like, I want to see you for coffee. And you're like, I do too, but if you can't, like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Or like the one day I came to pick you up and you're like, if you're tired, like, you know, if you're tired, like, you can just...
Yeah. I mean, because that's the way you got to be in friendships, any type of relationship. It's like, it's not just me and my feelings or what's going on. It's another person, another party. And I never would be the type of person that would get angry or mad or whatever, and vice versa, depending on like schedules or feelings or what's going on in someone's life. Like, hey, I'm here for you no matter what. I'll see you when I see you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. And like, I completely understand how it's hard to say no, but at the same time, like, I am the person who... I used to get in trouble for going to sleep or being tired and falling asleep on the couch. I would get in trouble for falling asleep on the couch. So it's like, I would never be mad if I was with a man. I would never be mad at him for coming home from work, being exhausted and falling asleep on the couch.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you are a human being and you deserve respect and you deserve to feel and you deserve to express the feelings. And like, emotions are normal.
Yeah.
Like, it's normal to have them. So I feel it's really a sad thing that men don't feel safe to express them. And I'm hoping that June, men's mental health awareness, all of these things that people are trying to do to bring more awareness makes it easier for men to get to a point where they can express themselves, find help, do what they need to do to, like, let's bring these numbers down, because it is crazy and we need men in our lives and we want men in our lives and we want them to be happy and healthy, and what's the point of living life if it's miserable and you can't talk about how you feel,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, the ones that if you feel like you can't speak to them, there's a reason, but then look elsewhere to find a safe space.
Yeah.
Because, maybe in 3 days it'd be better. You know what I mean? Your outlook will be totally different. Maybe you're just really in a dark spot and you just need someone to be a voice of reason. And you need to be with the right person that's gonna understand and give you that energy to proceed. Make it another day, hour by hour sometimes.
Sometimes that's how it is.
Yeah.
But life is hard. But we are here for our men, our friends, our family, our partners.
Yes.
So I mean, if you ever need to talk, drop us a DM. If I see you and you need a hug, ask me for a hug. But yeah, so I don't know. It's been a bit, so we should probably wrap up. But is there anything else that you wanted to say before we go?
No, I just like I said, I hope that in time it will change for men and they feel like they're able to express themselves, because every man I feel it's very what's the word, not even attractive to every other man, but like if it was my man, like we communicate really well now, and it's very attractive that we can communicate. And so I would think for anybody else, don't always look at it as like, oh, they're gonna look at me as weak or whatever. No, we look at you as very emotionally inept, and like a lot of us, it makes us melt.
Oh yeah.
It's not like a bad thing. The right person, a soft person, would be like, oh man, he like trusted me, he confided in me, and hopefully I helped him, and I want him to get past this, or it's you know what I mean? So yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'd love to hear your guys' feedback, or if you have something that you want to add to the discussion that we just had, comments, questions, anything else you guys want to say, please drop comments, send us messages, whatever. But yeah, so I don't know what we're going to talk about next time, but I'm sure it will be good. If you have any suggestions, let us know. And besides that, have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.